SBA pays you to start a business update. So in my last video, which I'll post here, I explained how the SBA, through the CARES Act Section 1112, allotted money for the SBA Payment Relief Program. Well, some big changes happened over the past few months that may affect your business purchasing power. In this video, I'll cover those changes and what may potentially continue to change in the future. As part of the CARES Act, SBA was authorized to pay 6 months of principal, interest, and any associated fees that borrowers owed for any 7A, 504, and microloans reported in regular servicing. That means that the payments weren't on deferment or they stopped paying, so they were in collection. So basically a normal loan that had been making payments. The original debt relief were for borrowers that the loan was originally disbursed prior to September 27th, 2020. That does not apply to any loans made under the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. For loans not in deferment, SBA made 6 months of installment payments. If the loan was on deferral already, the SBA will begin making monthly payments with the first payment due after the deferral period ends. But the total amount of payments would not exceed 6 months. That was under the original CARES Act. In December of 2020, those rules were changed, and they originally had allotted an additional 5 months of payments for those businesses. As of February 16, 2021, the SBA realized that they were running out of money quick enough and could not be able to make all these payments for all the SBA loans that were already in servicing plus any that were originated after that fact. So what they did was they pared down the payment forgiveness into different portions. For 7A or 504 loans that were approved before September 27, 2020, Section 1112 payments for those loans were applied, but they would only make 3-month period of payments versus the 6-month period of payments. Loans that were approved and fully disbursed on or before September 27, 2020, the SBA will continue to make Section 112 payments for the 6-month period as it was originally authorized under the CARES Act. To basically sum it up, if your loan was before September 27, 2020, you would receive 6 months of those payments. If it was after that, they would only do 3 months of payments. Now the second round of Section 1112, these are additional payments for those loans. So for all 504 and 7A loans that were approved before March 27th of 2020 would make payments for a 2-month period instead of a 3-month period. And that would be subject to a monthly maximum payment limit of $9,000. If the 504 or 7A loan is made to a borrower that, according to records of SBA, is assigned to a North American Industry Classification System code, beginning with 61, 71, 72, 213, 315, 448, 451, 481, 485, 487, 511, 512, 515, 532, or 812, the SBA would make an additional 3-month payments instead of an additional 5-month period that was originally passed. And this would be immediately following the end of a 2-month period provided in the earlier section. All of this is very confusing, and it doesn't seem like there's any sense of clarity throughout the various levels of government. The best way to see what you're eligible for would be to check with your lender to verify what the SBA has notified them as to your status. Even if you fall into a category receiving 3-month payments or 6-month payments or 2-month payments, at the end of the day, these payments will help your business get off on the right foot. So something quick I realized as I was editing this video is all of these resources and all of these changes can be found on the SBA.gov website, and I'll link it to the specific pages in the description box below. But make sure you verify all the information that you hear on the internet, because some of it out there as regards to some of these programs isn't, I wouldn't say completely false, but there may be some things that aren't exactly 100% accurate. Always make sure you do your due diligence and double check the sources of the videos. But I just want to put that out there because I noticed when I was making the video, I forgot to mention that all these resources are online. Now back to the video. Now, where I think the future may lie with these programs. All of these provisions and changes and everything were passed under the old administration SBA director, who was appointed by President Trump. Since President Biden took over, he has appointed a new SBA director. She was sworn in a couple weeks ago, and she's already made changes such as increasing the EIDL loan up to $500,000 and so on. I would imagine these programs will get additional tweaks and changes because it truly does help small businesses. I mean, all of the programs do, the PPP and EIDL do help, but this is one that directly impacts borrowers who are already at risk, because if you're an SBA loan, you are typically either a risky industry, a startup, or some other facet that the bank couldn't get comfortable with lending you money on a traditional platform. So I think there's still things that could be changed, but I would definitely keep in contact with your lender. Make sure that if there's any automatic payments that are to be pulled out, make sure that those are turned back on in the event that your period of forgiveness, or whatever you want to call it, free SBA payments, ends, so that you don't end up in a delinquent status. Because once you're in a delinquent status, any of these other programs that may happen in the future would exclude you because you wouldn't be in normal servicing status. Thanks for taking time to watch this video. If you have any other questions about the forgiveness portion or any of the other programs that I've covered on the channel, make sure you post them in a link below or on my community page. Until next time, have a great day.